What's going on, everybody? We live right now. And this story right here is wild. We're talking about a federal raid that just went down at a property connected to Pooh Shiesty. And the details are coming out and raising a lot of questions. Now, neighbors are saying that they were waking up by flashbangs this morning. They heard agents yelling, "This is the FBI," as they entered the home. We've got reports of agents going in and out all day. Multiple vehicles on the property being tagged and searched with the trunks wide open. But here's the part that got everybody talking. No arrest. Nobody's taken into custody. So what does this mean? Y'all hit that like button. Y'all get down in those comments for me. And y'all subscribe to the channel. Was this a targeted search for something specific? Or is this part of a bigger investigation? Tonight, we're breaking it all down the way it's supposed to be. No fluff, just real conversation. So, if you in here right now, once again, take the time, hit that like button. Where you're from in the comments. And all I need to know right now is, what do you think the FBI was really looking for? Let's talk about it. So, what was your first reaction when you heard that the FBI raided the Pooh Shiesty house? I bet my first reaction was, it was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. My first reaction was because, everybody, the thing was with him and the Gucci situation, right? So my mind went straight to, what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. It went on a hush hush for a while. So that could be connected to that. That's why I kind of stuck with it for a minute. But I'm at the same time, I'm like, that ain't all the way proof. You know what I'm saying? And then here we go again. Now, once we got all the information coming out, then it's to the realm of, well, this property is just connected to him because of the name, the family ties. He's named after his dad. So it could be a situation where his dad got something going on and they just using his name as as a media ploy. We gonna use his name as clickbait because it's gonna sell more. So right now I'm to the I'm like, I'm trying to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to figure this thing out. So my mind, once I heard, because at first the picture was painted that this was Pooh Shiesty's home. And then as the reports was coming out later and later, then it said that, this was a family, a property tied to him through his family. So then that immediately kind of made me think that, okay, it could be a case where they just trying to, use his name to sell that. But what we're going to do before we just dig real deep into this, we're going to watch the clip that they put online. This is what they told, this is what they were showing us. So we're going to use this clip right quick. We're going to break it down.
Fox 13 is staying on top of breaking news at midday. Federal agents on the ground in Cordova searching a home owned by the family of rapper Pooh Shiesty. The feds confirmed to Fox 13 they executed a federal search and arrest warrant. Neighbors reporting hearing flashbangs as agents entered the home early this morning. And our crew saw them carrying boxes out of the home as well. And this happened over the past several hours. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has the latest details from Cordova. We're going to check in with him.
We're still working to learn the specifics in this house raid that took place here at this home in Cordova. We do know that according to the Shelby County Assessor's Office, that this home is registered to a Lontrell Williams. Now, Lontrell Williams, that is the father of Pooh Shiesty, who also has the name Lontrell Williams Jr. Now, as for the specifics into this investigation, we're still working that out. We have learned that that this was an official warrant that was issued for this home, a search warrant for this home. Those FBI agents, TBI agents, came to this neighborhood about 5:30 or so. People who live in this neighborhood told us that they heard flashbangs, and they also heard the shouting from the FBI agents, TBI agents, telling whoever inside of the home to come out with their hands up. Again, this happened about 5:30 or so this morning. Take a listen to what people we spoke to who are very on edge this morning after what happened early this morning, waking them up.
Heard these couple of loud booms, so I came outside and, I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Now, again, the FBI confirming that this was an investigation, a raid that took place at this home. Of course, stay with Fox 13. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story for you all throughout the day.
You know what? That made me just kind of, that put me in a perception of
getting hard and getting turned on are not the same thing.
That is why Blue Chew.
Let's stop there, y'all. Now that just kind of take me back to you got these guys that that made it from these particular neighborhoods and make it out, and then they move into other neighborhoods, and then y'all bring this into these folk neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Whoever dude was, he don't even want to show his face on camera. But I'm like, it's a nice neighborhood. And you got certain people who was raised in a certain life. This is besides the point, y'all, but you know what I'm saying? You got certain people who was raised in a certain lifestyle that this was like a movie. I mean, the FBI, they throwing flashbangs. Ain't too many of us that never even experienced, you know what I'm saying, a flashbang. You know what I mean? A flashbang, I don't know if y'all know. I did a little research on flashbangs, but what flashbangs are meant for, they're meant to temporarily blind you, stun you, take you off balance, and knock off your consciousness. All right. So it's a real situation. I can only imagine it's gonna wake you up. You know what I'm saying? The flashbang go off. Whoa! I mean, now we got the flashbang go off. Now of course, all my neighbors, what's going on? And then you know what? On top of that, they're probably gonna have a homeowners association, and it ain't gonna be too good on that, on their face card, because when you're paying a certain money, you know what I mean, you might can get voted out because certain people don't want you around there, but that's just something real that the neighbor just reported. So I want to know, first and foremost, though, what stands out most to you about this situation? What stands out most to y'all about this situation? First and foremost, we got a rapper. All right, this is how I'm looking at it. We got a young rapper who just got out of prison. Really, he the hottest thing out right now. Really, the street just waiting for him to drop. The streets just waiting to bless him. I don't really know. Really get into the hip hop rap, but I'm still like I still listen and I like good music. So, and I like that. I like that type of music. Sometimes you can get it to me the right way, I'm gonna rock with you. I can appreciate the artistry and the talent. And Pooh Shiesty, he definitely got it. He shot me when he got out because I didn't think that he was really like that. But when he dropped that FDO, I'm like, okay, bro got something to say. And he worth listening to. Whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? If you've been on this internet, you know that he ain't kind of been a stranger to controversy. So he had a little controversy going on. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I ain't saying I don't know. I'm just reporting this, right? So they say that, whatever happened, but he went back to the halfway house. Once again, I don't know. The news just said, or the report that I watched earlier at least was saying that he's active. I mean, he's currently in a halfway house. So that kind of got me like when I heard, okay, his house is raided, but he's in a halfway house. It had me kind of like, okay, should I listen to, what I mean, the people from one stretch, these folks telling me this on YouTube, then another stretch, what I'm saying, they telling me this, but the folks on YouTube is kind of getting it right. Shout out to AK 47. Shout out to the Gang Spitter. Shout out to City Nash. Them folks, I'm going to just keep it gangster. They've been getting it right. So, with him being in a halfway house, I'm looking at it like this. What stands out most to me after what went down, what stands out most to me, y'all was in there, y'all going through these cars. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't put out flashbangs. Come out with your hands up. Y'all got these cars and y'all putting it on display. And one thing that I from my experience, the news, if they find something, they report it. They report it. You know what I'm saying? They found that, hey, the FBI and the TBI was over here at Pooh Shiesty's house. They pulled up and they reported it. So nothing else has come out about this. Not a piece of evidence, not an arrest. So that's to me, that's the most thing that stands out. That's what stands out most to me, should I say. Nobody was arrested. No evidence has been put on the news. And y'all use all this high power. Y'all done went up in these folks, use all these high power that messed up their back door, then put a sour taste in their neighbor's mouth about you. And y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't gave us nothing, but y'all just did this. And the FBI is supposed to be, when they come, they're supposed to, come with all the information they need. They got a 90 whatever percent incarceration rate or whatever, however you want to say it. But in this situation, it don't look good. It don't look good because now what will happen is Pooh Shiesty, if he cleared this just because his name was tied to it, he's bigger. We wait for him to drop another one. You know what I'm saying? Just because his name was tied to this, and then it's like, he FDF. You know what I'm saying? So he really gonna be on that type of time. Especially if his name get cleared. So, and if y'all in the comments with me, if y'all watching, y'all viewing with me, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. And I want to know right now, why do y'all think that the feds, they used the flashbangs if nobody was arrested? Why do y'all think that the feds use flashbangs if nobody was arrested? Because if using flashbangs, let me tell you something. If the feds come over here and use flashbangs and they don't find nothing, I'm just like, I'm talking more shit than a little bit. If you come over my house and you done temporarily blinded me, then knocked me off conscious, you got me all kind of I'm off balance. When I get back right, I can see y'all ain't found that. I'm talking heavy. You hear me? I'm talking heavy because the investigation it ain't hitting. It ain't going right, and I can clearly see that. So I want to know, like, why would they use flashbangs? And then y'all only thing they can report on the news that they got some trunks open. They ain't find that because we know what y'all looking for in the trunks. If y'all gonna be looking for weapons, or y'all gonna be looking for some drugs or something illegal, and it ain't gonna be too much that, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have you can't even say he got an abnormal sum of money. He a rapper. Okay, he gonna have drugs, or he gonna have some type of illegal weapons or whatever. But once again, this ain't his house. It's just a house that was tied to him. So I'm just like, once again, you know, we pay for all this stuff that's going on. We taxpayers. So why did y'all use these flashbangs to this man's house? Because y'all supposed to know. When y'all supposed to know, it's like somebody out here pulling a hit in the street. Man, only way we finna hit, we gonna go do that. We need to 100% know, because if not, when we come back and have that conversation with you, like, it ain't gonna be too cool. It ain't. It got to be consequences behind these type of actions. And what kind of case usually involves searching multiple vehicles like that? You know, from what the news was reporting, it was just a case of these vehicles getting searched. These vehicles, just being tagged, the trunk open. We got somebody down in the comments. I'm curious whether people actually won't grow from this artist, or if they just want chaos. I'm curious whether people actually won't grow from artists, or if chaos just entertains us more. That's a good question. I mean, well, you got to look at it like this. This artist in particular that we're talking about, Pooh Shiesty. Understand the name. Pooh Shiesty. If you shiesty, you know what I'm saying? Words have meaning. So I'm gonna look in it, like, for me as me and my age, I just want to be entertained by it. Like, I just want to be entertained by it. He came out, he had a nice song. I like it. He was talking about, he was spinning right. It wasn't mumble. I could appreciate it. Now, depends on what age group, because if you walking around with a shiesty mask on all day in the summertime, you might want something different. But me, honestly, I'm just following the news. I don't care what they do. Because at the same time, these folks grown. If this man just got the feds, you know what I'm saying? He got a father. Hey, man, these folks, they paying bill. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm just reporting. This is what folks saying. This is what had been reported. This is what's going on. So that makes a lot of sense, though. But what really do people want? Because if he sit up here and be a crash out, then he'll just be a has-been. He'll just be some that, you know, that never really transpired to what he was supposed to be. But if he know how to really use it on the entertainment level, and right now with him not being arrested, that's huge. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like this just a house that was connected to him through family. That's the only way it was connected to him. Like, this was his. And then if him and his dad didn't even have the same name, would they even have connected it? Would they even brought his name up? Probably would have, if, you know, they would have found the lineage or whatever. But, you know, it's really, you know, on those things, like, do we it just depends. I feel like it depends on the age group. What you want to, how much is music being to you? You know, when I was younger, if I was a Pooh Shiesty fan, I probably would want him to crash out. And you got to be real in this situation, and it really ain't no crashing out, because he don't want to go back to the feds. And then, like they just said on the news reports, what does it mean if these agents tag these vehicles? Like, what are they really looking for? You tag the vehicles, but what are you really looking for? They get up here and they give us all this news. They give us like these little pieces. They come out here and they'll just spoon feed her. Here goes something. We don't want that. Give us the whole thing. Let's stop just giving us a bit in a piece. Because they don't really lead us nowhere. They just keep us guessing more than anything. Y'all done pulled up at these folks' house. Let us know what you're looking for, because at the end of the day, if you really y'all got this record going on, if you get your record, say y'all are, just give out the information. Y'all gonna win anyway. You gonna win anyway. But what was y'all looking for? Was y'all looking for weapons? Was y'all looking for drugs? Was y'all looking for remains? What was y'all looking for? Well, we want to know. Because the better y'all make it look to what y'all say what y'all was looking for, the better it's gonna make him look. So what was y'all looking for? Because we want to know y'all got him involved in that. Because what I mean, what y'all looking for? Because right now it don't look like y'all found nothing. Y'all just over there, y'all wasting taxpayers' money up in Tennessee. Y'all wasted their money, And then, do y'all think this right here, could they possibly have found some evidence? Could this been about evidence collection more than arrest? Because a lot of times we see how we've grown accustomed to how these people play. All right, we've grown accustomed to how they play. A lot of times they don't, in certain situations, they got evidence on people, whoever, and it's just like y'all been letting these folks operate like this. Y'all just letting these folks just really do what they want to do. So could they just been there collecting evidence? Huh? Could they just been and it's like what evidence was they looking for? I want to know what you there looking for. I want to know what you were there looking for. Cause Holmes supposed to be he just did all that time. He's supposed to be trying to be on a paper chase. He's supposed to be on the paper chase. He's supposed to be trying to, make up for all the missed time that he's missed. And then you got the Fed set the spot. It's heavy. That's heavy. So I'm really gonna be searching out for that, man. What were they looking for? And if y'all could tell me what y'all think they was looking for, what y'all think the feds was at the house over there looking for, and it could this be tied into a bigger investigation that we don't know about yet? Could this be tied into a bigger investigation? Once again, like I say now, I've been following Pooh Shiesty. I don't really like his. I ain't gonna say I wasn't really into his music since he got out of prison. I've been kind of following Pooh Shiesty. Boom. All right. And they, like I say, he ain't been shy of controversy. Pooh Shiesty came back out. Pooh Shiesty. He came right back out living that name, Pooh Shiesty. So could this be a part of a bigger investigation? Because a lot of times when they're looking for weapons, guess what? We need a picture or a serial number. These people got certain evidence where it's like, okay, if we can get just a little bit more, then if we can get this picture, we can tie it to them. If we can get a serial number of this, we could tie that to them because of this case. So that's very intriguing, man. What were these people looking for? We know y'all went inside their home. We know y'all tagged these vehicles, but the vehicles wasn't confiscated to be used as evidence. Y'all just tagged them. I'm going off with the news. Say y'all just tagged them. No type of evidence has been reported to the public. So we thinking like y'all ain't gotten there. That's how we looking at it. Y'all ain't gotten there. So what kind of case, and saying usually happens like this? What kind of case usually happens like this? That this information is given out and it's not part of a larger, this type of this type of investigation is going down without something else we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like these folks, they came with some heavy artillery. They came with some flashbangs. Like there's some shit that they're supposed to use this in war. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all use it. We using this against our own citizens. So, and then now we're gonna think about this. Does a lack of arrest make this suspicious or less suspicious? Does a lack of arrest make this thing suspicious or less suspicious? Because when we talk about keeping our way 100, anytime the feds is tied to your name, unless you walk in that courtroom and skate all the way completely clean, they already know how the street gonna come at them. So something needs to come out about this. Something needs to come out that clear his name all the way. No matter at this point, it don't matter that it's tied to his family name. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter because it's like it's so many ways that it could be looked at. It could be. It's just so many things that it's so many ways that it could be interpreted. It's like, no, we need to know. We definitely need to know. So I'm gonna keep it gangster. It looked very suspicious to me. It looked very suspicious on all the ways that my mind can play about it. Every way that my mind think about it looked very suspicious. I'm just keeping that thing all the way 100. It looks suspicious because they came to the house. I'm like, did somebody send these folks? This is my reason for being suspicious because once again, Pooh Shiesty is not shy to controversy. Once again, if you go on YouTube and look up all the information I know about Pooh Shiesty, recent information. So, was somebody snitching? I ain't scared to see it. Was somebody snitching? Did somebody? Because who's sitting them folks over there? Who's sitting them over there? Who's sitting them over there? Who did he just reportedly by the bloggers got into a situation with? Took his wedding ring. They were saying they got him out the contract. I don't know how true all this is now. I don't know, but that's a huge allegation against somebody. You know what I'm saying? And the people who said that, just keeping it all the way 100 now. Their information is really stacking up to be right because they the one who said that he was in the halfway house and everybody else thought that he was back home. Everybody else. I swear to God, on my mama. Everybody else thought he was back home. You know what I'm saying? They thought he was back home. So now the news say he in the halfway house, and I'm like, I think that information is adding up, right? So it's very suspicious because I feel as if the possibility that someone could have been snitching. Somebody could have sent them. Because if y'all didn't find nothing, if the FBI come to your house and they ain't find nothing, somebody got it wrong. And to me, a lot of times that somebody don't work for them. Well, not in office. Not going out every day doing a little investigative thing. They don't. So I'm like, I'm keep it real. Is your CEO snitching on you? Did his CEO do this? You know what I'm saying? Did his CEO do this? No, that's a real question that nobody don't want to. See, y'all don't want to ask that. I'm gonna ask that. Did his CEO do it? That's a little real suspicious to me, man. It looked real suspicious to me. And then just to kind of switch it up, y'all, do y'all think this situation is being overhyped, or do y'all think it's actually serious? Is this situation being overhyped, or do y'all think it's actually serious? You know, put a what in the chat if you think it's being overhyped. If you think it's serious, put a 2 in the chat. Come on now. Put a 1 in the chat with me if y'all think this thing is actually serious, man. You know, there's once again, here we go. We got the FBI, flashbangs. If you know, you know. Then we are here. We're gonna block off the whole street. We finna bring a presence. If y'all don't know, if the FBI ever pull up in your neighborhood, if the feds ever pull up in your neighborhood, you're gonna know that the feds are there. All right, because I guarantee you this: you finna see more police presence than you probably ever seen in your life, especially in this location. These people, when I say you, whoa, you gonna see. I'm gonna say my situation when the feds came to my neighborhood for another story time. But when the feds come to your neighborhood, I'm letting you know, you finna, like, almost the whole neighborhood gonna know. It would be literally, I ain't gonna say literally, but your neighborhood would have to be so big. I mean, literally, your neighborhood would have to be so big that you have to be playing with I'm talking about a neighborhood that stretch at least 5 to 6 miles. Because they coming. They there. So I'm like, from the way I think about it, I really think it's serious. It's the feds. And I agree with you down there in the chat. It's the feds. The feds are here. These folks ain't coming out. Whoever gave them some information, guess what? They're taking it very serious. There's a very credible, reliable source. So I'm definitely with you. When the feds calling, the feds ain't playing. Even here, the city cops ain't playing. Somebody told them something. That's what we got to realize, man. Somebody done told somebody something. If this man been in prison this whole time, they could have stopped him from coming out of prison. Now, these folks at his family house, and he got the #1 rap song that's out right now. Stop playing. Somebody done told them folks something. Y'all can believe whatever y'all can do whatever y'all put y'all mind wherever y'all want to go. Somebody told these people something. Because right now, where have y'all seen the feds pull up and put this on the news and then celebrate their findings? When they ain't celebrate their findings, we're gonna blast you right now. So, you know what I'm saying? This just like almost like a play to me. I'm like, this is almost like the little play that Charleston White just pulled. Man, you just talking about you finna call this man probation officer. He ain't did nothing. Y'all folk playing. So now I'm like, the feds were there. The feds didn't. To me, they didn't find nothing. It could be an overhyped situation. It could be a seriously overhyped situation. How about that? Can we go there? Could it be seriously overhyped? Because without you finding nothing, that's heavy. That's heavy. You just use a lot of resources and didn't find nothing. Wow. And there's, or do y'all think this is just routine federal work? Or does this signal something bigger is happening? Is this routine federal work, or does this signal something else bigger is happening? Because now, if okay, nothing has been reported since the raid, right? No evidence, no findings, or nothing. So do they just let this go? Just I mean, they didn't find nothing. I mean, no. Okay, here we go. The feds are supposed to be so good where once they show up, they know the evidence is there. You caught. All right. Now you show up and you didn't blast the evidence, because they usually blast the evidence because we found it and we're tying it to you. And it's nothing that really your lawyer gonna make to do, because the house is in whoever name and all this and that. So it's to the point where it's like, we got the I'm like the accountability fact. Like who's gonna be accountable for this? Because like I said in earlier, taxpayers' money paid for this. The feds just don't go out just because they're the feds and then just throw flashbangs and break down your door and do all this. No, tear up your cars, because if they search them cars, I'm usually when I see a police officer, when police search cars and they looking for something, they came and put flashbangs and knocked down the back door. They probably towed them cars up. So if they did all that, who told y'all? And if y'all are in them cars, if y'all are in those cars, right? Y'all in them cars. Who told y'all that something was in them cars? Somebody didn't told y'all something. Somebody told them folks something. And that's what we need to get down to the bottom to. That's what we need to get down. And that's what we got to be honest with ourselves about. Somebody told them something. And everybody, we don't want to point, oh, I don't want to. I heard somebody say that earlier. I don't want to. And I ain't throwing no shade at nobody, but it was UPT TV. That's his name. But I ain't throwing no shade. He don't want to put nobody's name, but I know he already talking about Gucci. I already know. He talking about Gucci. Gucci could have did this. And now I'm gonna keep it real with you. Gucci, from the reports that what happened to him and the age that he probably in right now, I ain't gonna put it past him. Just because these folks will play street, they'll play Fed too. Behind closed doors, these folks will be going in there talking to these folks and then walk right up there and play right street with us. I ain't going for it. So until we hear evidence, it all makes sense to me. It all makes sense. So why would this even come out at this time? They didn't find nothing. This almost like a scene off The Wire to me. Like you sit back, man, these folks hit the wrong house. Like they ain't gonna find that. We ain't worried about it. And if y'all was Pooh Shiesty, right? If y'all was Pooh Shiesty, since nothing was found, would y'all still move like this? Would y'all still move like this? Nothing was found. Would y'all still be moving in the same way that y'all moving? Would y'all still, you know what I'm saying? Would y'all still be handling business the same way that business is being handled? Because right now, shit, one thing that's very scary, getting out of jail and having the possibility of the fact that you could go right back to jail. You just got out of jail and you could go right back to jail. Listen, when you just got up out the hellhole, you was not trying to go back to the hellhole. You hear me? I don't give a fuck. unless you got some type of syndrome going on or something. Especially if you done did 5 years. Especially if you did a month, 3 months. I don't care. Listen, let me do a day. I'm not trying to go right back. I ain't trying to go right.
I'm gonna keep it 55 straight.
You feel me? I'm not trying to go right back. I love my freedom. I done did my time. I prove I can do it. But to go right back, it's too beautiful out here. Y'all too tough for me. Y'all too tough. So for somebody to do something to make them, you know, put themselves in a position to go back, I don't think he'll be moving like that. But once again, there's stories that's been reported on the internet. I don't know. That's just what I think, you know, because I'm trying to be logical right now. But keeping it real, when you're in the heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying? You never know what you'll do. We always can say what we'll do, but we'll never know. All right? I want to see, can I get a little engagement out of y'all, man? Can we please get a little engagement? All right? We're going to kind of switch it up a little bit. I want to know, do y'all think that charges will be coming soon or not? Do y'all think the charges will be coming soon or not? Because this right here is the feds. They didn't really blast the evidence. They didn't put evidence out there for us to go off of. So do y'all think charges coming? Yeah, we know about they did a raid. They had the flashbangs and we woke the neighbors up and they had everything out on display for us. But nothing was reported found and nothing was out of the ordinary. So is charges coming after this? Is charges, we expecting charges next, or is this just gonna be swept right up under the rug? You know, because if it's swept right up under the rug, I'm telling you, they ain't gonna pay for none of that damage that's been done. They ain't gonna pay for that. They not. You know. So that's a real serious question. Is charges gonna come from this? You got the FBI, the TBI. People don't know. We got the FBI. That's the federal bureau. But when you got like the TBI, that's Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. You probably have the SCBI. That's the South Carolina Bureau of Investigations. NC, North Carolina Bureau of Investigations. WBI, that's the Washington Bureau. So every state, Texas, you got TBI. That's another one. They'll be labeled the same thing. Georgia, GBI. New York, NYBI. So that and what they do, those when you got the TBI, or when you got your state Bureau of Investigation, that's real heavy. That's real heavy. They lock the police up. Yes, the FBI and in your bureau, your local state Bureau of Investigation, they lock the police up. They the ones who would, when citizens or whoever's doing wrongdoing, if it's on some hate crime, if it's on real prejudice stuff, right, they will get these people, using wrong. So we down here. I got the GBI. I'm in Georgia, right? I love the GBI. The GBI, they ain't did nothing wrong. They for real, the GBI, they investigating and they just doing pure work. They just doing pure work. The GBI is not, I can't even say they ain't even the good old boys. GBI, they regular humans that's doing a great job. So I appreciate them. I salute them. I ain't gonna lie. If I see them in the store with me, I pay for their stuff. If they out standing in the street, I don't. If I got cash on me, I don't mind donating. I don't mind if I'm even in. If I'm. I was at a. I'm at a game, Falcons game or whatever, and if I see them in there working, I always ask them, "Hey, what you want to drink?" Whatever. I go and get them. You know, they're not there all the time. They're there with the big games, but when they're there, they can accept or not. But if they accept, let's go right up here and let's get you something. You know, because y'all the man. I appreciate y'all. So that's the difference between, you know what I'm saying. But they all of them the big boys now. They this ain't the bullshit. When somebody gave them something that they go off of for them folks to be there, somebody gave them something. Somebody really gave them something to go off of to be at their house. To put that type of force. Let's go ahead and put that in our mind. It was a reason why there. And because put it like that, and here go another question for y'all. Have y'all ever seen a raid like this with no type of arrest? Flashbangs? That's what I'm saying. This is something used in war. It's a war tactics. This is like y'all looking for a heavy artillery. That's what y'all were looking for. If you using flashbangs, you're looking for a heavy artillery. Because I don't think they use flashbangs down here. Like where I'm at. These folks, they're selling drugs. So we gonna run up in the house and they gonna lay them down. Once they start giving them commands, these folks it's not usual that they, you know what I'm saying, they get a force back. So if you're talking about drugs, they're not using flashbangs. They don't use flashbangs. They don't. Not out here where I'm at. I mean, Tennessee a different animal. I can't speak for Tennessee. But I'm really thinking, I'm like, if they use flashbangs, and nobody was arrested, was somebody talking? Did somebody send them? Did somebody send them? I mean, nobody was arrested. Did somebody send these people? I think I know who, if somebody did, who that somebody would be, but do y'all think that somebody sent these people? You know, because we got the perspective got to really be put there. Man, these folks use flashbangs. This is some serious ass shit. Like, you're looking for these folks. Then y'all been here looking in these cars. If y'all looking in these cars, it's, to me, it's obvious y'all looking for weapons. So who reported to y'all that what phone conversations? Because really, y'all have somebody arrested on conspiracy. We got the conversations that you was having. Oh, we didn't find that, but the conversations that you was having, you know, it don't even matter. It's conspiracy. So that's like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing was found. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was found. And that's, y'all using flashbangs. That's supposed to be like, I know it's there. We finna come in here and scare the shit out of them, and we got it. This is a memory in their mind. Boom. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. If we got what we want, and you know, now they got a taste of the feds. Now you got a taste of the feds. You know what I'm saying? When they come in there doing shit like that, what the fuck if a motherfucker come in here and do some flashbangs? Whoa. Like, that's an experience. You ain't experienced that until you experience that. I don't even know people who have experienced that. Like, you haven't experienced that until you experience that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, these folks really waking up like neighbors and everything. You know, like that's That's very loud. That's like a bomb going on. Like, what the fuck going on? You know. Um. So I'm just gonna say that it makes it real. It makes it real. It makes it real serious when you get the FBI and the TBI. It's real serious, and I don't think it can be overhyped in the streets, right? Because the streets gonna look at it because they don't know. If you ain't never been in situations that you don't really know, you don't know. You don't know what it's like playing with talking to these folks. You ain't even playing with them. When you go in there and talking to them and what happened, you don't know what it's like being locked up in this jail. You don't know. So, you know, and then on top of that, do y'all think this is just routine federal work, or does this signal something bigger is coming? Because they're not willing to just be wasting their money or their staff time. They ain't willing to just be doing it. So does this signal maybe something else is bigger coming? Did they get all the evidence that they wanted? Did they get that? You know. And my theory, let me tell y'all, my theory, they was looking for like Bush said, they was looking for weapons of mass destruction. You know what I'm saying? They was looking for weapons of mass destruction.
I'm gonna keep it 50-50 straight.
You know what I'm saying? They was looking for weapons of mass destruction. That's why y'all came in there and did that, because y'all don't have time for people in their house to be picking up weapons to be trying to fire back at y'all. And y'all heard that these people got some high-powered weapons. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard that they got some high-powered weapons. And y'all, you know what I mean? If I can throw a flashbang game and if you got these high-powered weapons, that means you stand no chance. You see what I'm saying? That's what y'all went there for. Somebody reported that y'all had high-powered weapons, right?
I'm gonna keep it 50-50 straight.
Stop playing. And then when you went in there, you didn't find nothing, right? You didn't find nothing at all.
On hood.
You didn't find nothing. So y'all went in there wasted y'all time. No arrest was made. No evidence was found. But y'all used all this. So who told y'all a lie? And is y'all gonna hold them accountable? Y'all gonna hold these people accountable for telling y'all a lie? Huh? Y'all gonna hold them accountable. Now you got the news. We come on here. The news. We see this on the news, reporting to us on YouTube from every type of social media. Do somebody? Is y'all gonna really like? Who told y'all this? Who did bad work? Who made y'all to go up and tear up these people's house? Y'all just really. I know y'all wouldn't have tore up these folks' house. If y'all use flashbangs, y'all tore up that house. And what was the reason? What was the reason? You know, that's because that's another thing, y'all. We got to be cognizant of when the feds come to these places. When the police come to your house, they're gonna tear it up. They're gonna tear it up. You're gonna have to, and they're not paying for it. You're gonna have to, remodel. You're gonna have to remodel, and you're gonna go through that stage of depression and all of that, because it's gonna be ridiculous. They might even tear up walls. They may even whatever. Tear up sofas, tear up rip paintings and valuables. So it's very disgusting how the feds will handle the situation, and they tied in with the damn. They tied in with the TBI. So it's only my imagination can only run so far on how that situation even looked. But I'm a I'm gonna close with this, man. I appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight for this conversation about what's going on with Pooh Shiesty's family property. At the end of the day, we still have more questions than answers. You got a full federal raid, flashbangs, multiple vehicles being searched, but no arrests. And when you see something like that, usually means one thing: the situation might not be over. It might just be getting started. So don't be surprised if details come out or if this turns into something even bigger down the line. If y'all want to stay locked in, stay aware, and just don't run with the headlines, pay attention to the facts as they develop. And if you rock with the live, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out. We're going to keep this conversation real and unfiltered over here. And before we get out of here, last question. Do you think this situation is about to escalate, or where does it end? You know, do y'all think this situation is going to escalate, or you know what I mean? Where does it end? Because just because it don't escalate, that don't mean it ain't over. It could always tie to something else. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to drop that in the comments for me. Do y'all think it's going to escalate, or do y'all think, you know what I'm saying, where y'all think it's going to end? Y'all could think it's going to end right here. It ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing false. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because they didn't find no evidence. So, but once again, Jay, I appreciate y'all for coming out, tuning in, and staying with me. Until tomorrow, because I'm coming back with consistency. That's all I need. I just need one person following me. Hey, and y'all have a good night.